Hello, my name is Alana Paul and I'm a sophomore here at A&M. This oral author study is for our World Literature 2 course, and I am doing mine on George Orwell. George Orwell is the author of Animal Farm, and this is a book that we had to read for the course this semester. Now I'm going to start. George Orwell, he was born in 1903 and he passed away in 1950. Here are a few photos of him below. Early life and education. Born Eric Arthur Blair, George Orwell was born in Bengal, India. His father was a British official in the Indian service, and his mother was the daughter of a failed teak merchant. Orwell grew up in a lower middle-class home, but their social status was very, very high. He moved to England with his parents and was sent to a preparatory boarding school where he was distinguished among everyone as the intelligent kid that was brought up in poverty. Orwell was extremely focused on his studies, and that kept him from having plenty of friends. He won scholarships for college and attended Wellington briefly before attending Eton. Both of these schools were two of the top schools in England. After 4 years of school, he published his first writing. Life after college. Before completely finishing his education at Eton, Orwell found out that his parents were not going to be able to continue paying for his education, and he decided to join the police force in India in 1922. He left after 5 years and wanted to focus on a career in writing. He struggled tremendously and had to work while trying to start a successful career. The photo on the bottom left is a photo of Orwell in the police force. The lighter photo, that's him right there. In the bottom right corner, we have a photo of Orwell writing. When World War II did come, Orwell was rejected for military service, and instead he headed to the Indian service of the British Broadcasting Corporation, which we know as BBC. He left the BBC in 1943 and became literary editor of the Tribune. At this period, Orwell was a prolific journalist, writing many newspaper articles and reviews, together with serious criticism, like his classic essays on Charles Dickens and a number of books about England, notably The Lion and the Unicorn, which was made in 1941. List of books by the author. Down and Out in Paris and London, which was made in 1933, was Orwell's first major writing, and it brought him plenty of success. The writing kick-started his career and raised his interest in politics. Other writings by Orwell include The Road to Wigan Pier, which was in 1937, Animal Farm, which was made in 1944, and 1984, which was made in 1949. On the left is a cover of Animal Farm. On the right, we have a bunch of books and writings from Orwell. A summary of Orwell's best-selling book, Animal Farm, which is the book that we had to read for this course. Animal Farm, a political fable based on the narrative of the Russian Revolution and Joseph Stalin's treachery, was completed by Orwell in 1944. A bunch of barnyard animals overthrow and chase away their exploited human rulers in the book, establishing their own democratic civilization. Pigs, the intelligent and power-hungry leaders of the animals, eventually undermine the revolution and establish a dictatorship that is even more brutal and cruel than their former human rulers. A famous quote from the book is, "Although all creatures are equal, some are more equal than others." That is the running theme of the book. Orwell had trouble finding a publisher for the modest piece at first, but when it was published in 1945, Animal Farm made him renowned and prosperous for the first time. Orwell's death. Orwell finished 1984 at a lonely cottage on the island of Jura that he had purchased with the revenues from Animal Farm. He worked in between episodes of tuberculosis hospitalizations and died in a London hospital in January 1950. On the left, we have a photo of Orwell at the cottage. We have his tombstone in the middle, and we have a farther look away from the cottage on the right. Orwell's contribution to his time period. Orwell's contribution to the time period was his two influential novels, Animal Farm and 1984. During his time, Orwell addressed some of the major political movements of his time, including imperialism and communism, and these points have been addressed in classrooms for young adults to discuss for decades. He is known as one of the most important writers in English culture of his generation. On the left, we have a photo of a classroom. On the right, we have a photo of George Orwell in a book. And that is the end of my presentation. Here's my works cited, and that's it. Thank you.